Hey guys, Patrick from Ground Zero. We're going to start our strength program tonight. Okay, this is Ground Zero strength. This is the first time. Okay, what I'm going to do for everybody is I'm going to do a 6-week program. So I'm going to have this video up on YouTube. Okay, you guys go through it. You should do it every time you're at Ground Zero. Pull out your smartphones, get on the laptop, and look at this video as a guide to be able to do this. Okay, the big thing here is to really cater to fighters specifically. Okay, so we're going to do things that's going to help a fighter, any kind of fighter, whether it's grappler, more of a stand-up fighter. We're going to do everything. It's going to be functional strength. All right, it's going to be difficult, but it's going to be basic at first. All right, so we're going to show you a bunch of things today. Just try to follow along, and also you know where to find me if you have any questions about it. Okay, by this time you should already be warmed up, but I want to work on hip strength, so we need to warm up the hips to make sure you warm up the hips every day. So let's have everybody do hip swings right here. All right, you're going forward and backward as far as you can to about 20 or 30, whatever feels good for you, depending on how tight you are that day. Do it both sides. All right, so I'll switch to here, but then we're also going to do about 20 or 30 sideways, really trying to get some good flexibility, get loose. All right, make sure you do that before you start. Okay, first exercise is going to be a single leg squat. Okay, if you can just go ahead and bust out single leg squats on your own without the ball behind you, then do it. If not, you can put the ball behind you, find your balance, and we're going to do everything super slow right now. Okay, he's going down super slow, coming back up slow, feeling every little bit of the repetition. All right, we're going to go to about 8 to 12 on everything we're doing right now for these first 2 sets. Take your time. Okay, this first half of the workout is going to be slow. Okay, next up we're going to do manual leg curls. Steve's going to curl his legs as I'm giving him resistance, so we need partners for this exercise. Okay, go ahead. All right, and then he's going to fight me a little bit on the way back down. All right, we want to do it to the point where it's difficult but not shaky. Okay, it's going to be smooth and slow, just like everything else, smooth and slow. All right, fight it on the way down. Good. Now, if you don't have a partner and you're trying to do this at home, another good option to do is just to get your body all the way off the ground and then curl the ball. And then if you can work your way up to one leg, do it to one leg, and it's a lot harder. Okay. Okay, next up we've got a shoulder stand. We're going to do a negative on the way down. All right, so he's got a good grip on that pole. You need something sturdy to grab onto. And he's trying to wait until his feet touch the ground for his butt to touch the ground. Okay, don't just let your hips drop and then your legs. Keep your body straight and let it come down nice and slow like that. Okay, again, we're going to do about 8 to 12 or to failure.
Whenever you're ready.
We are transitioning straight to a reverse leg lift. Okay, he's holding on to that bench. He's got his legs off the bench and he's trying to come up and down slow. Come down a little bit slower, Steve. Down as slow as you can, nice and steady. Going between 8 and 12, whatever your failure is. That's muscle failure. Okay, now what I recommend is to break it up a little bit. We're going to do 2 sets of these super slow sets right here. All right, so we got 4 exercises. I like to break it down. I recommend you do 4, but you can break it down however you want. All right, moving on until more of the upper body stuff now. Okay, we're going to go straight to a basic pull-up. Okay, I want you to do the pull-up slow. All right, so if you're pretty good at pull-ups already, we'll just start at the top. All right, we're going to hang completely, come all the way up, pause, come all the way down nice and slow. All right, as many of those as you can get. We can also use the rubber band to help you out. Show the rubber band real quick. Okay, you can tie that on here. You can put your knee through it. All right, that helps you a little bit. Another way is you can just drop straight down here like this and kind of cross your legs. Keep your feet up if you can and go slow, but then if you start to hit muscle failure, then we can just help a little bit by having your feet on the floor and focusing on those last few. All right, I would rather you keep your feet on the floor and go slow than try to kick your way up there. Okay, we're going to a physio ball push-up next. So what I want you to do is just find the same circle on the ball to try to make sure you're evenly balanced. You want the ball to be fairly well inflated. This one's pretty good. I can put my weight on it. Any softer than that though is not good. Point your fingers down to the sides. If you do it here, you're going to hurt your wrists. But here, feels a lot better. And now we're going to go super slow down to the ball. Don't squish the ball, just come to contact, come back up, breathing the whole time, squeeze when you get to the top. Inhale, Exhale. 8 to 12 to muscle failure. Okay, up next we're just doing very simple. This is just a dumbbell exercise. We're just trying to make sure you hit each muscle just to maintain each muscle. So we're doing shoulder press, keeping it inside like that to not put a whole lot of pressure on the backs of the shoulders, and just nice and slow. Feel every one lock out. If you get to 12 and you're not a muscle failure yet, then you should bump up the weights a little bit. The next one you can just drop straight down into curls. All right, if you can do the same weight, you might have to adjust, but we're still going really slow, feeling every single rep. All right, 8 to 12 each one, or you can just do them doubles. You can curl both at the same time. All right, that's another option. All right, we're just trying to really tax that muscle, get that super slow training. And then for the triceps, we're going to do dips. Okay, if you can do nice and slow dips and have control, go for it. If not, you might have to do bench dips, which if you control it will still be a pretty good exercise. And here's Steve doing the bench dips. Okay, he's got his knees bent a little bit. He's tired. His muscles are going into failure, so he switched from the regular dips here to the bench dips. All right, now we want to work the neck. Neck is a very important group of muscles to work as a fighter. All right, so what I'm going to do for my neck is I'm going to roll all the way out here until the ball is right on my head on the ball rather. And then I want to try to get my body off the ball. All right, shoulder blades on, shoulder blades off, and just get a little bit of a pause. All right, again, we're doing about 8 to 12 of those. After that, we want to go in every direction. You can do every direction on the ball, but it gets a little clumsy. So neck isn't very strong naturally, so what we can do is just, you can do yourself here and just do nice super slow, or you can get a partner to just hold your head a little bit. You can also use a towel. Just make sure you get every direction. Forward, sideways, sideways, and then back on the ball. Okay, super slow workout is over. You do 2 sets, 8 to 12. Try to get somewhere near muscle failure both times. All right, really take your time. Now, this next part of the workout is a sprint. Okay, you're trying to go as hard as you can all the time. You can take breaks, but what we're trying to do is get your body conditioned to do these things for 3 minutes at a time. Okay, sometimes grappling rounds are longer, but my theory on it is that we're throwing so many things at you, so many different things for these 3 rounds, that it's going to make up for it. It's going to condense it into those 3 minutes. Okay, the ground stuff's going to be harder for the stand-up guys. The stand-up stuff's going to be harder for the ground guys. All right, we're going to go through it, and the first thing we're going to do is what I'm going to call a ground zero burpee. Ground zero burpee is this. He's going to go down, he's going to do a push-up. Then he's going to bring one foot outside, feed the other leg through for a sit-out. Okay, good wrestling move here. Then he's going to reverse it. Now he's going to come back on his other side, leg outside, come through, sit out, flip it back around, and then stand up into a fighting stance right away. Boom, he's ready. Okay, he's going to go back down again a little bit faster this time. Down, push up, leg out, sit out, come back, leg out, sit out, come back, pop up to the fighting stance. Now for the transition, when you start to get tired, he's going to go ahead and roll back onto his back. All right, and we're going to go arms out, legs up, and he's just going to get some rotational abs in. All right, this is going to be about 50% speed. You don't want to go quite explosive with these yet, but they're going to be faster than the super slow stuff we were doing before. All right, so now let's see what it should look like in the last 30 seconds. This is going to be a 3-minute round. You can take breaks, but let's see what it should look like in the last 30 seconds. All right, let's go ahead and transition. Steve, pop up. Go to that ground zero burpee. There you go. Sit out, come back. Sit out, come back, pop up, and he's going to throw a couple punches this time because his last 30 seconds he's trying to push himself back down. There we go. All right, let's see one transition. Let's go ahead and lay back on your back now real quick. Flip over, go for the abs. And one more time back up for one last ground zero burpee. Say this is the last 10 seconds of the round. There we go, sit out. Sit out, pop back up, throw some punches. All right, that's a pretty good speed to transition at right there. Okay, round number 2. Steve is starting on the ground on his back. He's got his legs squeezing on that bag. He's trying to pull that bag to him, and he's going to do 2 strikes. Okay, you can do punches sometimes, you can do elbows sometimes. I think you should mix it up a little bit, all right, because, you know, that's the the nature of the game. All right, when it comes to transitioning, he's going to pop up and he's going to head over here to one of these heavy bags. All right, now when you do transitions, I think you can watch time if you want to, but I kind of like it better just to see how you feel. All right, see how you feel and switch it up whenever you're feeling like that exercise is wearing you out, so we can keep on throwing things. Now this one, what he's trying to do is get the bag on his shoulder, squat down, come up and twist that back foot. Twist that back foot, Steve, like you're throwing a punch. All right, and he's trying to rip his shoulder through a little bit. All right, you should feel that shoulder kind of coming across the bag, coming around it sort of. All right, he's going to get 10 on one side, switch it to his other shoulder, get 10 on the other. Yep. Getting the squat down, come up and twist. I'll give you a different angle over here. You can kind of see a little bit more. Bam. And this is going to be a little bit explosive, but not explosive enough to hurt you or anything. Using your body together, twisting that foot. That's the important thing. All right, and then once you get to 10 on each side, you're just going to transition back to the tie bag for the same pull guard, sit up, strikes. Okay, this is the last round. It should be very difficult. We're going to focus a lot on plyometrics, trying to get your body to move fast. This is what I like to call the hammer. All right, a little bit less of a push-up than that, though, Steve. Just little quick ones. You don't have to go that far down. Just bam. Yep, we're doing plyo push-ups. Just trying to get that ball off the ground and move it. All right, when that starts to wear him out, maybe after about 10 reps is what I would recommend. Then he's going to switch to just a position change. All right, he's going to turn on that ball. Try to keep the hips low. Try to be explosive. Try to cut back different ways. Juke. Get a little bit flatter than that, Steve. A little bit flatter. Your hips are coming up. Flatten out, flatten out. There we go. Flatten out, flatten out, flatten out. All right, then he's going to pop up. All right, and we're going to start to work on legs. So on the legs, we're going to do first lateral leaping. Okay, he's just going on one foot, getting way down, and he's pushing off to the side. There we go. Catches on that foot, pushes off to the side. All right, that's lateral leaping. We're also going to go into tuck jumps. All right, tuck jumps, just trying to get your knees up high. You can kind of smack your hands with your knees, trying to get them up high. And rapid fire. These should be quick, nice and quick, nice and quick. And we're going to do another one where we're going back to the heavy bag. And this time it's a little bit similar, but we're going to switch sides each time and really use a lot of arms like you're punching to try to push up, breathe, push up, switch, breathe, push up, switch, breathe, push up, switch like that. Use your legs and arms together to try to pop the bag up. Okay, we're going to do one more video here, a transitional video where Steve is going to show you the full loop twice. All right, the reason I have Steve doing it is because, well, he's better at it than me. All right, Steve sets a nice pace. You should try to strive for that pace. All right, I'm calling this ground zero strength, and my little motto for the whole thing is you build from the ground up. All right, I'm trying to build from the ground up. Everybody's trying to build from the ground up, and our measure of success is going to be how you can get through this over the next 6 weeks, rather than how much weight you can add, how much control you have, and how much ability you can increase as you go. Okay, round 3 transitional. He's starting off with the hammer. He's moving that ball around nice and quick. Different spots, different spots. All right, he gets through a couple of those, and he's going to go ahead and do some position changes. All right, again, you can switch these up as much as you want. All right, this is not something that's set in stone. You go through these exercises as much as you want. All right, let's do a few more hammers, just another hammer or two, just another hammer or two. All right, he's back to that hammer, back to that hammer. Now he's popping up, and he's going to get to the single leg leaps, lateral leaps. All right, he's blasting through those, getting a lot of power, timing the breathing. All right, then he'll come up for the tuck jumps, quick tuck jumps, coming up, coming up. Now, at some point, you are pretty likely to get tired, so what I recommend is an active rest. Try not to just rest, but do an active rest. So let's do some leg checks, okay? We're just practicing blocking kicks, leg checks, bringing the hips up, bringing the knees up. All right, and you can kind of catch your breath while you're doing that. All right, so he's caught his breath, so he's going to come back to the heavy now and get some really good, full, quick, explosive bag thrusts out there, trying to push it out, snap it out, come back. Snap it out, come back. A little quicker, push it through, there we go. Time it to your breathing. Still twisting those feet a little bit. All right, and then we'll move back to the hammer. So he's coming around again, All right, again, these rep numbers are up to you. You can do a couple seconds, you can do a couple reps before you switch. Let's go ahead and switch to the position change now, position change. There we go, position change a few times, cut back and forth. He's popping back up for the lateral leaps. All right, we're going to say this is the last 30 seconds, so we're pushing through. We're not doing leg checks this time. Let's get a few knee tucks. A few knee tuck jumps. Come up there. Bam. Bam. There we go. Fast pace. Fast pace. Boom. There we go. And back to that heavy bag for a few more reps here. Don't have to necessarily end on the heavy bag. And this is set up so that a group can do this and go through. All right, so one person on each station. We keep on rotating. You talk to your buddies. Figure out how to do it. And time. And now when Steve is tired, we run in here and we beat him up. Oh, you can't defend yourself. All right, that's ground zero strength 1. All right, we're going to be doing this every 6 weeks about. All right, so I hope that you guys get into it. All right, get working. You'll see a lot of good results. Questions, let me know. I'm going to write it down too and post it on the wall so you guys will have a little mental reference, so maybe you don't need to watch the video every time, but it's here for you. Come in and do this, guys, okay, 2 to 3 times a week. I know a lot of people are here 2 to 3 times a week. If you're a Ground Zero member, you're able to do this for free. I know Monday and Wednesday will probably be Steve's days to do it, so you can always come in Monday and Wednesday around 7 after boxing class, and he'll be going through this workout here. I'm trying to make it mandatory for competitors, especially if you're on the boxing team. And other than that, just trying to push people to do it if they want to feel like 100% best shape. Hopefully I'll get there. Hopefully you guys will all come with me from the ground up.